Alrighty, it's my pleasure to introduce to you all Nicole DeMiglio's presentation of Looking to Leverage, a focus funnel from the book Procrastination on Purpose with Eliminate, Automate, and Delegate. So if you haven't caught on already to what Nicole's going to be sharing today, she had an awesome question to start. What could you delegate off if you could? Now, Nicole means, or DeMiglio means the best in Italian, and Nicole wants to give people the best to help crush their business goals. Nicole is the director of education for Fulcrum Properties Group in DC Metro area. Fulcrum is a top 10 Keller Williams expansion serving team, serving Virginia, Maryland, and DC. She is also the owner of DeMiglio's Coaching and Consulting and is certified MAPS business coach and trainer. She has two beautiful girls, age 15 and 12. Tough ages there, teenage mom. She is also their biggest fan as she cheers them on track, dance, music recitals, and musicals. So if that wasn't already a handful and you're already doing so much, Nicole, please share with us how you're taking on and looking to leverage. Take it away.
Thank you, Christina. And Christina, when we do breakout rooms, they're going to be in pairs just to get you, so that you're ready. Thank you.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen this morning. Thank you for joining me. This is the class that I've probably been teaching the longest. And as we went through the question of the week this week, I heard a lot of like, if I could pass this off, this is what I'd love to pass off. And I know there was somebody that said like, I don't really have anything to pass off. Or bring somebody in. And I hope to expand your minds this morning to think about it being more than hiring a person to give things off to, that there are other ways that we can take stuff off of our plate. So that's what I'm going to be covering this morning. That's me. Christina already gave me a great introduction. A couple of things to add. My kids have actually aged since I sent you that. So 16 and 13, crazy, right? They go so fast. I am a certified MAPS coach. I'm also a certified MAPS trainer, and I'm also about to be certified as an exchange trainer and facilitator, which basically means that I like to use the power of collective wisdom. So you're going to see that I like being interactive and having you guys participate in today's workshop. Just a quick snippet about MAPS business coaching. I think there's somebody in here. Is it Renee from Keller Williams? So that guy might look familiar to Renee, Gary Keller. He is the founder of MAPS Business Coaching. It's an offshoot of Keller Williams, and it started in 2018. So Keller Williams has been known for its training for a very long time for realtors. And then all of the models and systems that Gary Keller developed to build the largest real estate brokerage in the country, we just transfer those over. The really business models that really are not real estate specific. And so that's how we started MAPS Business Coaching. So my goals for today, I have three main goals. One is to show you the different kinds of leverage available, i.e. not a person, doesn't always have to be a person. Two, prove that you can afford leverage. It doesn't always cost money. So you may be sitting there thinking like, I can't afford to hire somebody in my business. I hope to prove you wrong. And third, we're going to gain clarity on the forms of leverage that are best for you. And hopefully you're going to use leave today with something you can use. So we kind of talked about this a little bit, but I want you to take a minute. If you grab a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, I want you to make a list of all the things that you wish someone else could do for you, or you wish you didn't have to do, right? So just jot them down. It can be anything. Most of you are entrepreneurs, from what I heard, and own your own business, and your time is money. So that can include things like, I want you to like take all the limits off to not just include your business, but things like, if I would have answered the question today, it would have been someone to fold my laundry, right? Like just anything, no limits. Like if I could just have somebody else do this, jot that down. So take a minute and do that for me. I'm actually going to set a timer for exactly 1 minute, just brain dumping. See, Christina said dishes. Feel free to throw them in the chat as well as you're coming up with some that you're feeling very excited about. We've got waking the kids up in the morning. I have the dog do that. I've already leveraged that one. All right. So a minute is up. Can I get some shares? You can throw it in the chat box and I'll read it out. Or if you feel brave, come off mute. Let's hear what some of the things are besides what you've already shared this morning that you'd like to take off your plate. Cleaning the toilet. We got a lot of chores here, Christina. Sounds like a cleaning company is needed. That's sort of an easy one. That, or somebody told me that's why you have children to do chores. So I don't know.
Yeah, gotta make some kids or get a cleaning company.
Jill says creating an editorial calendar. Mike Ball says a business plan. Mike, I might be able to help you with that one. What else? Stuart says keeping track of all my business friends so I don't neglect anyone. Anybody else?
I didn't say it before, but it's the exact same as someone else's is follow-up. I would love to get rid of that as well.
All right, Danny, two votes for follow-up. I hear you, sister. Okay. All right, so hopefully, I hope you can see that there are lots of things that you can leverage. And I hope that today I can show you some ways to take some of the things on your list and help you to leverage them. So we're gonna do a paired share treasure hunt. I'm sure you've never done a treasure hunt on Zoom before in this manner. I hope this is new for you guys. We're gonna move into breakout rooms with a partner and you're gonna have 4 minutes. We're gonna be really fast. You each get 2 minutes to share. And before you move into your breakout room, you have 20 seconds to find an object in the room that you're in that either represents or symbolizes either how your business would change if you were more leveraged or how you would feel if you could be more leveraged. So let's see. I have a pair of, I'll give you an example. I have a pair of sunglasses right here. And if I could leverage some more things in my business, I feel like I could have my sunglasses on at the beach. It would make me feel a little bit more easy breezy, right? So I chose sunglasses. You could pick anything that's in the arm's reach vicinity, but you know going to another room in the house or office if you're in one. So you have 20 seconds real quick, find something that would represent or symbolize how your business would change if you could be more leveraged or how you would feel if you could be more leveraged.
I have no idea.
All right, I know this is cool. All right, Nicole. So if you all haven't caught that on, take your seconds here. Let me know. Nicole, give you the green light, and we'll start up the rooms. I have it down to 4 people, 4 minutes, 2 people. There is a room with 3 people.
That's fine.
Yeah, but that's
All right,
about it.
I'm going to give some instructions before you send them away.
Cool.
So as you're still looking for your object, I know you were like, I didn't know I was going to have to be creative this morning. There you go. Happy Monday. So the first thing is when you get into your room, just introduce yourself briefly. Go around and introduce yourself. And when you introduce yourself, then share your object and why you chose it. And then bonus, when you guys are all done, I thought Melody would enjoy this. You guys can take a screenshot or a picture if everyone in the group agrees. If somebody doesn't, they can turn their camera off and change their name on there. But if everybody agrees, take a picture or a screenshot of you and your partner or your group to share on the Net 2.0 Facebook page so that everybody can see how much fun you had this morning. Yeah. Hey, look, and Melody, I just helped leverage your social media. There you go. Like, that's one less thing you have to do today.
Oh my God, Nicole, you're a genius.
All right. So if does anybody have any questions before we head into breakout rooms?
Yes.
All right, Christina.
All righty.
Button to head out into oblivion.
All righty. Bring you all back in 4 minutes. So take it easy now. Enjoy. Hello, hello. There we go. Everybody's popping back in.
What happened to my presentation?
There you go. 4 minutes goes by really fast.
Yes, it does. How'd you guys do?
We don't know how to take screenshots.
Pat and I got ours in. We're gonna post it later. Anybody else? If you got yours.
We forgot.
I asked Nicole, how do I take a screenshot? And you didn't answer.
Oh, I was in a breakout room. I'm so sorry.
No, it was before we went to the breakout rooms. I sent you a message.
Oh, I didn't see it. I apologize, Stuart. Have to teach us. On my computer, it's Shift Command and the number 3 because I have a Mac. So I don't know what it is on a PC.
I have a PC.
Next time.
No,
All
and
right.
I think it's.
thanks for backing me up, Dee.
All right, so facilitator feedback right here up front, Stuart. I need to put the instructions on how to take a screenshot in the chat for you. I apologize.
Some of us are old. Yes.
I can also be technology challenged. See, I have no idea how to do it on a PC. So thank you for letting me know. And I apologize.
Uh,
I hope you guys found that fruitful.
Yes.
Go ahead, Melody, do you want to say something?
Oh, no, I was just going to tell Stuart, we're not old, we're just vintage. Hello.
We're seasoned.
Well, you're vintage. Oh.
All right. So I hope that you got a little insight into the person you were with, as well as some insights into the emotions and feelings of excitement. I think was at least what Pat and I shared. He wanted to have a margarita. And I said that I felt like a princess sometimes when I can get somebody to leverage something for me. So hopefully that emotion will carry you toward feeling motivated this morning to leverage something. So we're going to keep on rolling. So I'm going to talk about, we're going to start, what are the 2 most important things that you can leverage? So the first one is time. And the second one is money, right? We all wish we had more of those 2 things. Anybody disagree? Raise your hand if you disagree that more time or money would be bad. I don't think I'm going to see a single hand. So why time and money? I know it seems pretty obvious, but I'm going to dive in here for a second. Time is worth more than money because it's scarce and finite. You never get it back, right? Like the second, like right now, it's gone. I can't get it back. That second that just passed, I will never get that second back, right? So it winds up being more valuable than money. And if you are an entrepreneur, your time is money. And if we have more time, then we can make more money, right? So here's the key part about today is you can leverage a lot of things, but if instead you scroll Facebook and you're not productive with the time you get given back, then I'm not sure how much you actually leveraged anything, right? So just to be really clear, whatever we talk about today, taking off your plate, you got to make sure that you're filling that time with things that are income producing activities for your business. And then the key is then it sort of starts a good cycle, right? If you can leverage and get more time, then you can make more money, then you can use that money to buy back more of your time, right? So then you can employ more leverage in your life and business. So that's why those are the 2 key things we talk about today. So here's a great example, right? So this is a people example. If there was just one of you, you can get 8 hours. I know some of us work a lot more than 8, but go with me, right? I know you work hard. You get 8 hours in a day, right? But if it's you plus an assistant, they work 8, you get 8, you just got 16 hours to work on your business, right? I just think it's powerful to kind of break that out like that. All right, so Christina did mention that the book that some of the concepts today is based on is called Procrastinate on Purpose. It's a fabulous book. The author is Rory Vaden. And this is a tool that I use with my clients is his focus funnel. And this is why you're going to see that it's not always about a person. So the focus funnel starts with eliminate, and then it moves to automate. So using technology, and then delegate would be where the people part comes in. And then I'm not going to talk about the bottom, concentrate or procrastinate. We're going to leave that for now. We're just going to focus on the actual funnel, not what happens after the funnel. So that's a teaser. You'll have to read the book. So starting with eliminate, saying the word no. Can I get a volunteer to read this quote from Rory Vaden? Just come off mute.
I'll do it.
Thanks, Melody.
You are always saying no to something. You are either consciously saying no to the things that don't matter, or you are unconsciously saying no to the things that do.
Yes. So anybody here, give me a hand raise if you have a hard time saying no. Am I the only one? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Pat, I saw that. Yep. I'm with you. So why is saying no? Why do you guys think saying no is hard? You can drop it in the chat or come off mute and tell me.
I'm a people pleaser, so I
Yeah.
say no to people because I don't want them to like feel bad.
Yep. Why else? Anybody else have a reason why it's hard for them to say no?
I'm with Jill. I don't want to let somebody down.
You don't want to let people down.
Well,
Renee,
one
you're on
thing,
mute.
I think that you probably feel, a lot of people feel they can do a lot more in the time that they have than they really can. And so they book pretty tightly, you know.
You don't know if that thing you say no to is the opportunity that will change things.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yep. I also think there is a little bit of like not wanting to miss out, right? You think you have more time in the day, so you say yes to stuff because you think you can fit it all in, and sometimes we can't. So some of these you already said, but just to review, obligation is one reason people have a hard time saying no, right? Maybe it's something you've been doing for a while and you're ready to quit, right? Maybe it's a committee or a volunteer organization or something that you're just doing out of obligation, and you're not feeling it for that thing anymore, but you feel obligated to continue. Guilt is another, for a variety of reasons. Some of you guys mentioned wanting to please people, not let them down, etc. Avoidance, right? We don't say no because it's a difficult conversation. So we're just avoiding any conflict or discomfort in there. And it feels mean is the other one I hear a lot from people. It just feels mean to say no. So I hear that one a lot. So reminders about the word no. It's a small word with big implications. You can say no without an explanation, right? I think a lot of times we feel like the need to tell somebody like, well, no, I can't do that because X, Y, Z, right? You don't necessarily have to. You can say it nicely, and you can just say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not able to help. You aren't doing someone a favor by saying yes to something that you really want to say no to, right? So because what happens when you do that? You start to feel resentful. Right. And so is that fair to them and fair to you? Like, say yes to the stuff that you really want to do, not the things that you're already feeling a no to. You can say no and still be nice, right? It doesn't have to be a rude no. You can also redirect that person. If you can't do it, point them to somebody that might be able to help them. If it's can you help with this, or can you lead this, or can you join us, right? I'm not able to make it, but you know what? So-and-so would be a great person to reach out to. So you can do it without feeling mean. And then thinking like more task oriented of things that you might need to say no to. If it's on your to-do list and it never gets done, how important is it anyway, right? And this is a key part of eliminate. There's a lot of things that keep coming up and coming up and coming up. And we keep saying, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that next week. I can push it. I can push it. Well, if you can keep pushing it, ask yourself, how important is it anyway? And see if you can eliminate it. You can chop that list down of things that you feel like you need to do every day. That's the key to eliminate. And that didn't cost you any money, and it didn't involve a person other than yourself, right? So that's why I love the focus funnel, because the first one is all about eliminate. So question for you, you can come off mute or throw it in the chat. What are you currently saying yes to that's causing you to say no to your goals or to your family? I get two things from people that are most important: their family and their personal life, and then their business goals. So what are you currently saying yes to right now that's causing you to say no to the things that are important to you? Stuart says nothing. Sweet, Stuart. I wish I was you. I always got something for this one.
After work events.
After work events.
That are work events.
Okay. What else? I don't believe you guys. Nobody else? Come on. Everybody's got something they wish. What's something you wish you could quit? What's something that you're feeling resentful? What's something that you'd love to say no to? If you could say no to it, you'd feel so much lighter. It just feels heavy to have to do it.
probably more networking events that I need to be in.
Okay.
It's like, it's like there's this whole like spectrum of different things, and similar to Christina, it's like there'll be events that will be, after work hours or during different times, and I could be doing something else, during that time too.
Yeah. Thank you for being honest, Holly. I think we all, I don't know, I can relate to that. You want to go to all the networking meetings. It's hard, right? You want to be involved. Stuart said he's always looking for ways to connect with people. Thanks for sharing that, Stuart. Anybody else? Something that you wish you could say no to? No? All right. I'm going to keep going. Keep pondering that. Maybe that was a big question to chew on. So the next part of the focus funnel is automate. Pat, can you read this quote for me from Rory Vaden?
A company can never outgrow the strength of its systems.
Yeah. So here's the part where we're going to talk about technology, right? So first we talked about focus funnel. How can we just get rid of stuff, right? That's one way to leverage, just completely take it off our plate by eliminating it. Next, we're going to figure out how can we use technology to do that. So why automate? Technology is often cheaper than hiring a person, right? So like when I'm working with a client and we're talking about the fact that they need leverage, we're always going to go through the focus funnel. We're going to go here before we talk about who they want to hire. Because there's a lot of times there's technology and systems that we can put in place that might take part of the problems that they're having in their business, take them right off their plate. Systems and automation are often more consistent and efficient than people are, right? They're impersonal, but they can also be much more efficient. Systems also make your business more scalable, right? Like if you know that you're going to grow, if your 5-year goal is to double your revenue and to bring on 10 more people in your business, then you bet your bottom, you better have some systems to help you get there, right? Like that is the key right there. If you need to keep explaining things over and over every time you bring in a new hire, you're going to waste a lot of breath and you're going to lose a lot of time, which therefore equals a loss of a lot of money, right? And then I love this quote from Rory Vaden: automation is to your time what compounding interest is to your money, because it's a form of leverage. All right, so drop me in the chat. What are some things that you find yourself doing over and over again that could be automated instead? A good example of this would be creating an email template, right? Like an email that you send over and over to prospective clients, or maybe someone that you meet at a networking group. Hey, let's meet up for coffee. Here's my calendar, right? What are some of those things that you find yourself doing over and over again? You can drop those in the chat. Oh, Tony from before said saying yes to people who are clearly not focused. Tony, that's a great one. I'm sorry I didn't see that sooner. What else do you guys do repetitively in your business that we might be able to automate?
LinkedIn, follow-ups, and CRM. If I wasn't slacking on follow-ups, I definitely am slacking on my CRM.
Okay. Finding passwords that I forgot. Oh, Jill, that's a good one. That is a good one. What else? Finding qualified leads. Tony. Yeah, that's a good one as well.
Well, Nicole, one big thing is how to automate follow-up, which is huge. Now, one thing for me personally that that I think I'm going to do in my personal life to kind of free up a lot more time. The Japanese are actually creating a whole line of very sophisticated robots now that can wash your car, pull all the weeds in the garden, and do a lot of things that take time. So anyway, I'm seriously looking into that. That's
all right. That sounds like a new horizon of robots. I want to hear all about it, Pat. If you're going to get the robot, I want to know about it for sure. That sounds pretty cool.
Well, maybe if I get one, I'll just lend it to you from time to time.
Whoa, that's a big thing to say you'll do. All right, Pat. I remember that you said that, buddy.
All righty.
All right.
I have one: finding people that are committed.
Say it again, Renee. I didn't hear the beginning.
Finding people who are committed.
Finding people are committed. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah.
Meaning to hire them or to work with you?
Yeah, I do a lot of I guess you can say networking. So once we put out an ads in ZipRecruiter and we get people and we interview them and they say yes, but they really mean no. So that's what I'm talking about. They're saying it just like you say, it's hard to say no or it's hard to say yes, but they actually, that yes means a real no.
Yeah, that is a hard one. And that's why sometimes if we can find some technology instead of the person, right? And then when we get there, then once we get there, it is hard to find that talent, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Renee, are you familiar with the talent versus non-talent list that Keller Williams has? It's a really great tool.
A little bit, not a whole lot. I've been so involved with this public adjusting that it's been like overtaking a lot of my real estate pieces because it's been really busy. We've gotten, because of the storms and people having so many issues with their properties. So it's been overwhelming for me right now. So I haven't really been doing a lot of the real estate, which I want to get back into. So yeah.
I'll send it to you. It's part of the hiring practice that we talk about at MAPS Business Coaching.
Okay.
That'll help you find people that are more committed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Danny says, reach out to previous clients to see if they have any referrals and see how they're doing. So doing your lead generation, Danny, it sounds like you'd love to, that's something you're doing over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause we always reach out to all like people we worked with in the past. And we used to be on automated text message, and then we just send them a text each month saying, you know, how are you, yada, yada, you know, you have any referrals, we would love to, you know, reach out to them. And we give like referral fees or anything like that to, you know, the people who give us referrals, and we close and things like that. So right now, because our texting thing, like it stopped and malfunctioned, I do it by hand, and it's not the funnest, the funnest thing to do.
No, sounds like we got to get that up and running. Like if there's only one thing that you could fix in your business right now that would make your life easier, it sounds like getting that fixed would be the thing.
Yes.
Yes. All right. All right. Anything else anybody else wants to say? Whoops, sorry about that. All right. I'm going to start going into some solutions. So, and I want you to jump in. If you've got some things that you want to add in the text, feel free to do that. Tony posted a link here to the world's first lead generation engine powered by artificial intelligence. That sounds like that would be worth checking out. So things that you can system and automate. Frequently asked questions. Anybody else loves frequently asked questions? I do. That's like the first place I go to on somebody's website. Like I feel like I'm a high D on the disc. I just want to get right to the nitty gritty. Just tell me what I need to know. Give me the frequently asked questions section of anybody's website. Love it. Manuals for repeatable events and meetings, right? If you throw a client event or you have a meeting, have an agenda, right? You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. Or when you've completed a great event or taught I know Bill teaches a lot of classes have a manual for this is what I do to set up. This is what I do when we once the class gets started, and this is what I do after it's over, right? So if you have a manual for those things, that's scalable. It's a system. Online bill pay, for those of you that are paying some of the bills, maybe you've outsourced that and your bookkeeper does that, but if you're doing it, even if they are, save some time and put as much on online bill pay and automated drafts as you possibly can. Data backup can be automated. Neat receipts and HubDoc. I don't know if anybody uses either one of those, but a bookkeeper that I worked with introduced me to HubDoc, and Neat Receipts is very similar. You take a picture of your receipt with the HubDoc app, and it takes it right into QuickBooks or whichever. I think it works with a few different platforms, and it pulls the information right from the receipt. It says categorizes it. It pulls the amount, everything right from the PDF of the receipt. It's pretty cool. For graphics, things like Canva. If you haven't checked out Canva, I think probably, I can't imagine anybody on here doesn't know what Canva is, but if you haven't, check it out. There's a free version and then a paid version, and that can help you with your social media posts, with any kind of graphics work that you need done. And then there's something called Email Signature Rescue to help you with your email signature. If you don't want to hire a graphic designer and you want to dabble in it yourself. Social media, I know there's a bunch more than the ones mentioned here. And feel free to throw in the chat if you're using something that you like better, or that that's not on here. Social media management, putting multiple posts out to different social media platforms all at once, save you some time. I know Facebook has its own scheduler, but you can also use Buffer app and Hootsuite for follow-up leads and past clients. Just doing that, making sure that you're doing that on a regular basis. Online learning, Lessonly and Teachable are two great platforms that you can, if you wanted to create an online course, or for onboarding. If you have people coming into your organization and you're growing quite large, having them watch some videos and go through some material in those platforms is great. Growingforyou.now.site, says Tony. Tony, what does that site take you to? What does it help you leverage?
It's an all-in-one platform that is 100% automated, user-friendly, and powered by AI.
Got it. Okay. Very cool. And then let's see, Stuart says Firefox and other search engines like Safari can save all your passwords securely as well as generate secure passwords. Yes. There's also some other programs like LastPass, and I think it's Dashlane. I have them listed on the next slide that can also help you with passwords. Templates. I'm a huge fan of templates. And even polls like Mixmax is a program that integrates with Gmail. That's really cool. And you can send a poll to a bunch of people and say, when is it good for you to meet, and have different days and times, and then have them vote on the poll. And then that way you don't have to send 800 emails back and forth about when is good for a group of people to set up a meeting time. Gmail also has something called canned responses. It's sort of like having set email templates that you can send in response to different things. So for example, Renee, who's a real estate agent, maybe every time her clients are getting ready to do a home inspection, she has an email template that she sends them to tell them what they need to do to prepare, right? Or when Jill gets a commission, she can then have an email that she sends that says, thank you so much for choosing to have me create a custom piece of artwork for you. Here's what you can expect. Here's the timeline. Here's how much it's going to cost. Here's the how much the down payment's going to be. So all of those things that you're communicating all the time, those can be templates. Scheduling, Calendly, there are many of these. There's Acuity. There's some that can happen through your CRM. I use Calendly. I find that it helps me network at a much higher level because I don't have to send 15 emails back and forth. Does anybody else hate the back and forth? I hate the back and forth. I would rather somebody send me their link to their calendar and I'll just find what's good for me and then get locked in with them. So I highly recommend Calendly.
Nicole, I want to ask you, do you know about Google Forms? It's like you can set up your own questionnaire and it does a graph for you. It's very nice and it's very user-friendly and easy to use. Anyone can use that.
Yes, Google Forms is really great. Thank you for reminding me of that, Renee. Absolutely, yes. And then there's a couple other, Christina says, I love the back and forth. Yeah, girl. And then there's another one that's really interesting called Crystal Knows. I haven't used it, but somebody recommended it to me. Has anybody else ever checked out Crystal Knows? It integrates in with your email and it sort of assesses the person's personality on the other side. And so it can give you suggestions on how to reply. It's sort of an AI way to analyze communication with another person. So haven't tried it myself, but somebody with recommended it with rave reviews. So I'd like to put it out there for you. All right, a couple other tools here. For project management. I've heard people love Asana. I don't have that on here, but one of my clients that I'm working with right now loves Asana for project management because you can line up everything that needs to happen for something and then assign everybody a task within the project. And then they can communicate within the platform. Todoist is a little bit like that, and so is Trello. So all of them are project management software to help your team or you and your client communicate more thoroughly. Let everybody know what's going on. Podio, says Danny. Very cool. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Danny. Passwords we talked about, LastPass or Dashlane, and then reimbursements. There's a program called Expensify that I've had the pleasure to work with that I thought was very easy to use. If you're growing your company and employees are submitting expenses, they have to take a picture of the receipt. It pulls all the information out of there, and then everything gets processed right through the app on their phone. Anything else that this made you think of? What are some programs that you guys are using that I didn't mention that are lifesavers for you?
Me, Edgar.
What does that do?
So it automatically posts to your social media platforms.
Okay, so it's a social media scheduler. Awesome.
Mhm.
Anything else you guys are doing or using? HubSpot
Um,
is helpful. Yep, Jill, HubSpot's great. It's a free
I-
CRM. All right, keep dropping them if you think of more. I'm going to keep going because I have a few others. So when it comes to your personal or other ways that you can leverage yourself, Waze is super helpful. I like this one. I know there's a lot of navigation systems, but I like to tell a quick story about Waze because one time I was on the phone with somebody not paying attention and I parked in downtown Frederick because I was meeting somebody there in Maryland. Christina says I freaking love Waze. And I couldn't find my car because I wasn't paying attention when I parked the car and I was on the phone. And then somehow, it's slightly creepy, but also helpful. When I was like walking around lost and I was like, maybe I could pull up Waze and like see, maybe it would like give me a hint about where I parked. It actually told me where I parked. So creepy, but also very helpful. Stuart says that he loves Waze too. And so does Holly. So I guess I'm not alone. Creepy, but helpful. If anybody else is a little bit impatient like I am, texting takes too long. So somebody introduced me to an app you can put on your phone called SwiftKey, and I can swipe and just like take it's a Wazing. You're funny, Stuart. And Christina said, I love creeping and beeping at people through Waze. Yes, it's fun. SwiftKey just lets me swipe words. It remembers my word pattern. So as I start to connect letters, it automatically puts the words up there so I can text people faster. Ordering food on an app. Right? Nobody likes to go to a restaurant and have to wait and stand at the counter. You guys are busy people. Get the app. As a single mom, the Chick-fil-A app, gotta love it. Not only do I not have to wait, but I also get the points, right? So remembering that you win free stuff when you use the app as well. Utilizing DoorDash or Uber Eats if you're at the office and you're going to get food, like pay for somebody else to bring it to you if it's in the budget. Hoopla or Audible to listen to audiobooks. You can listen to them on 2 times the speed and also read along. You'll get them done faster. Instacart, as well as I think since the pandemic, there's 8,000 other ways you can get groceries delivered, right? You can get them delivered on Walmart, they're shipped, there's like a whole bunch of things. Holly says the First Watch app is super helpful to get in line and pick up an order. Oh, First Watch is so yummy. Yes, Holly, I'm with you, girl. Someone I know recommends Galley for dinner, which is already prepared meals, as opposed to my next suggestion, which is Plated, Sunbasket, HelloFresh, all of those. If you don't even want to cook them, then you can try something like Galley. I know there's a bunch of them. Tony says infone.co. Tony, tell me about that app. I'm guessing that's an app.
Yes, it's kind of, I can show you better than I can tell you. If you have your phone, you get a QR code and it has all your social media on there, your calendar, a private Zoom room, video chat. If you scan me in, you'll have all my information. And people who have done it, I think Pat Cassidy has done it. When you put your business in my info, and I can easily share you with my network. I only do that with people that I Zoom with first.
I'm writing it down, phone.co. That's awesome.
Oh, you can scan it. That's easier.
Oh, I can just scan yours like from my computer?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Just hold it up there.
Oh yeah, it worked.
Yep.
Okay, Tony, that was a mind blow. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Couple other ones to wrap up the technology list here. Tiny Scanner. I don't know if anybody else has that. I've had that on my phone for years. I think I paid a one-time fee for it of like, I don't know, $10 or $5. And so if somebody signs something for me, or I want to scan my own receipt, if you're not using something specific for receipts, you can scan that, or like the kids have a permission slip they bring home that you need to sign. I snap a picture, make it a PDF, email it to myself, or send it directly to their teacher right from the app. Adobe Scan. Okay, great. Danny, thank you for sharing. And Scannable and DocuSign. Yes, I do use DocuSign as well. That is a great one. Yeah. Love all these suggestions. I hope you guys are picking up a couple new tools to use from today. Last, we have Venmo or PayPal, right? Like writing a check. That's so 1999, I hope. I hate writing checks. And then I love using Evernote as my virtual notebook when I'm in a meet, I take all my meeting notes in there. All right, we got 5 minutes, so we're going to wrap this up here. So delegate. How and when do I hire somebody? When should I hire somebody? You may be wondering, those of you that may be on the brink. So some things to think about if you're on that verge of hiring. Questions to ask yourself. Am I pulling out my hair and feeling overwhelmed? Am I burned out? Am I feeling resentful? Am I working a lot at night? Am I miserable doing stuff I hate? Most entrepreneurs stink at the details, right? So hiring somebody, even a virtual assistant, anybody to take some of those details off your plate. Am I doing work that is not the highest and best use of my time, that's keeping me from doing income generating activities? Are you stuck answering thousands of emails and posting on social media when you should be or could be connecting with potential new leads and clients for your business? And then the other question is, what could I do with 10 or 20 extra hours this week, right? That's what leverage hiring somebody does, is they give you back a lot of your time. Are things slipping through the cracks? Am I often playing catch up, not following up with clients and leads in a timely fashion? And could I pass this off to someone else who could do it 90% as well as I could? That would be another question to ask yourself. All right. Can I have Tony, can you read this one for me?
Sure, thank you. People always tell me they can't afford to hire an administrative assistant, a sales associate, or a marketing coordinator. But I say, how can you afford not to? Look, I get it. Making that first hire is a big step. More money is going out of the door, and you're not sure when, if ever, you'll see a return. But you're thinking about it all wrong. People aren't an expense or a cost. People are an investment. And if you are committed to growing your business, then you must master the art of leverage. Amen. Recruiting, hiring, onboarding, and then leading and growing your employees.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. And that quote's from Adam Hergenrother. He is a Keller Williams guy. So how do we do this? What are the things, if you could take them off your plate, would free you up to grow your business the most? This is how we start a job description for the new person, right? What are you currently doing that someone else could do twice as well as you and for less money per hour than you? And you take the answers to those two questions. This is like a very high level here, guys, because we could spend a whole class just on hiring. And then you use that to create a missing person report and be clear on what you're looking for. That's how we figure out, that's how we start. That's how we get a job description. Don't reinvent the wheel. Look at similar job postings on Indeed or Craigslist. Take the MAPS business course, leverage leadership. We have a great class that can help you with this through MAPS business coaching. You can hire it out. You can hire a recruiter. And then one great place to find talent is right under your nose. The people in your sphere of influence, your clients, past and current, are often the greatest source for new hires. And then I've got a couple books here as we wrap up. If you wanted to do some more reading, obviously my first one would be Procrastinate on Purpose. But the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, the One Thing by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan, Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, and Getting Things Done by David Allen are all books about productivity and leverage. And if you have a favorite book, please feel free to throw that in the chat. And then keep thinking, as you leave today, what are some other ways you can leverage yourself? The sky's the limit. Go out there and take back your time and your money. So I'm going to skip questions if you have any. I know we've got to wrap up. I just want you to leave with what's one action you can take as a result of today's class, today's training, because I hope today was just not a fluffy, fun event that you attended. I hope it was something helpful that you can leave with something tangible that later in the week you'll say, oh, thank you, Nicole. I'm so glad we talked about that on Monday. And there's something that you could use to help you gain back some time this week. And that's it.
Alrighty, I'm going to take this opportunity to stop the recording. So if you guys missed anything, had any, last minute thoughts, or wanted to just take a look at what she said again, please look into our Net 2.0 YouTube, as well as all of our previous speakers' recordings are on there as well. So let me go ahead and pause that.